There's a silent alarm going off in cities around the world, but most people can't hear it. It's the chilling realization that the life you've built is actually a cage. A cage of high rent, soul-crushing commutes, and digital relationships that leave you feeling more isolated than ever. But some people are listening, and right now, in airport bars everywhere, they're boarding flights to one specific country with the same thought: I'm not running away from my life. I'm running toward the one I was supposed to have. They're going to Costa Rica. But the reason isn't just the perfect beaches you see on Instagram. It's for a secret that once you know it, you can't unsee. A system that makes a life of genuine freedom not just a distant dream, but a practical, achievable reality. Stick with me, and I'll show you the invisible framework that makes this life not just possible, but shockingly simple. Consider the modern nightmare. You sacrifice your health for a job you hate, to pay for an apartment you can barely afford, and your only real relationship is with the coffee shop barista. This isn't just a bad week, it's the script for a generation burning out on a promise that was never kept. Online, Costa Rica appears as the escape hatch, but the explanation is always vague. It just clicked. That isn't a feeling. It's a code word for something much deeper. Those who make the move discover a reality that feels impossible back home. Imagine strangers inviting you to dinner hours after you land, already knowing what you can afford for rent and where to find Wi-Fi strong enough to prove to your old boss you're still working. This is where the real secret begins to surface. This isn't just a random migration, it's a calculated choice. The magnet pulling people in isn't just the scenery. It's a pre-built network of insiders who have already cracked the code, the tax laws, the residency process, the rental market, and are waiting to give you the answers. Let's talk about the one fear that keeps you awake at night: money. The cost of living in Costa Rica is, on average, 30% to 50% lower than in the United States. A single person can live a genuinely comfortable life on $1,500 to $2,000 a month. A couple can live well on $2,000 to $3,000. A family can truly thrive on $2,500 to $4,000, depending on their lifestyle choices. Let's run the numbers in a popular expat town like Grisha in the Central Valley. A 2-bedroom house might rent for $650, while a 3-bedroom can go for around $625 to $1,100 a month. Utilities, including water, electricity, and high-speed fiber optic internet, can total around $120 to $150. Groceries from the local markets or ferias are a revelation. A couple might spend under $300 a month on groceries by shopping at these vibrant weekly markets, where a pineapple costs $1.50 and a head of lettuce is 50 cents. Do the math. For many, the total comes in well under $2,000 a month. In a major U.S. city, that same amount might not even get you a parking spot for your car. The trick isn't just about finding deals, it's about accessing the network. Moving to a new city usually means accepting months or even years of crushing loneliness. In Costa Rica, that isolation can evaporate in 48 hours. The country is home to a robust and growing expat community, with estimates of U.S. citizens alone ranging from 70,000 to nearly 140,000. And they have built a system. Join the right WhatsApp or Facebook group, and you find channels for everything. English-speaking plumbers who won't rip you off. A list of tutors who don't charge the inflated gringo tax. Even a thread for who is flying to the States next week and can bring back a new laptop charger. It's in the small emergencies that the system's power is revealed. A post at 9:13 a.m. about a fried computer charger is answered by 10:05 a.m. by a neighbor you haven't even met. A sudden terrifying toothache. The group recommends a dentist who charges $180 for a root canal, a procedure that could bankrupt you back home. When a storm knocks out a road, neighbors show up with machetes and coffee to clear it themselves. That isn't just community. It's a human shield against the chaos of life. The Pura Vida mindset. The literal translation is pure life, but the street translation is a powerful survival strategy. Don't sweat the small stuff. It's a philosophy that prioritizes well-being and human connection over the relentless hustle that keeps you trapped. This mindset is a key reason Costa Rica consistently ranks as one of the happiest countries in the world on the Happy Planet Index. This philosophy is the cultural glue. In Costa Rica, no one cares what brand your watch is, but they will remember if you showed up with food when they were sick. The real currency isn't money, it's the time and support you're willing to give. Citizens report high levels of well-being and live longer on average than residents of many wealthier nations, all while maintaining an ecological footprint that is a fraction of that of the US. Consider Jim, a retired firefighter from Denver. He lives on a modest $1,800 a month pension. He could have moved to other countries, but he chose Costa Rica for one chillingly practical reason. Here, if he has a heart attack in the middle of the night, his neighbor Luis, a retired EMT, will have him at the local clinic before an ambulance is even dispatched. That's not a lifestyle choice. That's a life or death calculation backed by a system where community is the first responder. 2 questions paralyze people. Will I get scammed buying property? And is the healthcare system a death trap? The answers are simple. Not if you're in the network. And no, it's one of the best in Latin America. First, property. Foreigners can buy land with the same rights as citizens. No local partner is needed. The key is to use a trusted SUGEF registered lawyer recommended by the community to perform a title search in the Central Land Registry. This ensures the property is free of liens or restrictions. The annual property tax is a stunningly low 0.25% of the registered value. For a home valued at $200,000, that's just $500 a year. As for your health, the system is so renowned it has spawned a medical tourism industry. The World Health Organization has ranked Costa Rica's system above the United States, and the UN places it in the top 20 worldwide. Legal residents join the public system, the SAJA, for a monthly fee of 7 to 11% of their reported income. Many also add private insurance for $60 to $250 a month. This backup covers up to 80% of costs at top-tier private facilities, giving you access to English-speaking doctors with almost no wait time for a fraction of U.S. costs. A visit to a private specialist might cost $80 to $100. The fear is understandable, but the reality is profoundly reassuring. As you're processing this, one financial fear is probably screaming louder than the others. Is it the cost of rent, the price of healthcare, or something else entirely? Comment below with the #1 thing that worries you about a move like this. I read every comment, and the next video will be a deep dive into the biggest concerns you have. If you want those answers, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. Let's go back to the beginning. The real reason for the exodus to Costa Rica is the collision of 2 powerful forces. First, a built-in expat community that acts as your personal board of directors, your emergency contact, and your security team, all in one chat thread. This network provides immediate social infrastructure, which is priceless. Second, the profound financial relief that floods your system when your cost of living is cut in half and a doctor's visit costs less than a tank of gas. Together, these forces create the ultimate modern luxury, the permission to slow down without going broke. You trade a life of frantic accumulation for one of meaningful connection. Is it a perfect utopia? Of course not. The power goes out. The bureaucracy can be maddening. But when the lights die, 3 neighbors will text you to see if you need candles or want to share a bottle of wine. In the city you live in now, the lights never go out, but you might not even know the name of the person on the other side of your wall. That is the fundamental difference. 6 years after making the move, many expats are still working, but the laptop closes at 3 p.m. They head to a local soccer field where players from Ohio and Alajuelu argue about goals in Spanglish as the sun sets. That feeling, not the cheap rent, is why the arrivals board at the San Jose airport is always full. This life isn't for everyone. If you crave the 24/7 pulse of a mega city and the convenience of instant delivery for everything, this isn't it. But if you are tired of paying a fortune just to feel isolated and disconnected, consider a scouting mission. Don't book a vacation, book an investigation. Rent a place for a few weeks in Grisha, Atenas, or Tamarindo. Show up at a community potluck, go to the local feria, Ask your most fearful practical question and watch as 3 strangers compete to give you the most honest, helpful answer. That's when you'll understand. The secret ingredient was never the scenery, it was the people. Thanks for watching. If this opened your eyes to a new possibility, hit subscribe. A new piece of the puzzle is posted every other week.